Welcome back, everyone. This is Harrison with Jenny Fedora, and today we're going to go look at, instead of buying Masters 25, some of the air pickups we made. Bam! Spent as much on a standard booster box for these. And let's take a look. What could be more interesting than Masters 25? Well, let's start with some beta cards. Now these are, can you see that properly? So the original Masters of Masters is going to be things like these. So the alpha and beta cards are very limited nowadays for what's out there in the market. So we've managed to pick up some of these beta commons and uncommons, and getting some appreciation of these older cards with Masters 25 out there, because there was a lot of things that they missed they could have put out there. You know, there was things like grizzly bears, especially with going back to Dominaria. Let's see if we actually get some of these to show up again. But, you know, these are something that everybody likes. And there's not that many out there, you know, as far as even the commons go for the alpha and betas. So, yeah, we've picked those up, you know, just because we want to make sure that we still have these older cards. And some of this art on these older ones is so much better than what people are getting now. Orcish Oriflamme. As you can see, this one's been played. Has, see if we pull it out of the sleeve here some. You see this one has definitely been played, but still has value for what it is. You know, and that's the thing, is a lot of these old cards were played, and you're not going to find them around. I mean, there's cards like this, Sacrifice. Who's going to reprint this with that sort of artwork on it nowadays? You're not going to see that anymore. Got some of the original Walls of Water. These are uncommons from beta. And as you can see, there's, you know, a little bit of markings on the corners. Some of it's because of the sleeves also, you're seeing, because these have been sitting around in somebody's collection for a while. Found some original wild growths. Always add more green, but these are the cards that are actually starting to go up. You know, that's why we went and picked them up, because we're at 25 years, and the print runs on this stuff was very limited back in the day. You know, we're starting to see things. We picked up some revised rares, like Dancing Scimitar, a 1/5 flying sword. You know, you got to appreciate that. Good old Dingus Eggs. I mean, I know there's a lot of third revision or revised, but man, when I picked these up and I saw them, these are just so not played that they're almost worth hanging on to. I mean, it's amazing still finding cards like this in this sort of condition. The Elvish Archer. Surprisingly, this was a rare. I think this would get downgraded nowadays. I mean, for a 2/1 first strike. But back in the day, the creatures were not considered like that. Got some of Rudy's favorite, the Hive, even though these are revised. But we picked them up, you know. Some eye for an eye. You know, this guy right here looks a lot like Gerard from the Weatherlight. I wonder if there's if they're related. But Revised was one of the first sets where they started to put cards from other sets in them, from Arabian Nights and everything else. Got the Dijin 6/3 for 3 red, but you got to flip a coin. Coin flips are something that you don't see a lot nowadays. Now, we also, as you can see, have picked up alpha cards at the same time. So we got burrow here and just gives creatures mount walk, but this was an uncommon. There was only about 16, I think it's like 8,000 of the alpha uncommons, and then even the commons here, we only had about, I think, 16,000 printed. So the alphas, we see a lot less of. I mean, a lot of these nowadays, these alpha commons, like this fire breathing even, basically we're seeing them moving up to about $10 a card in the market. So we're going to see a lot more, I think, movement on these in the next couple of years, especially with the way that people are talking about and not liking the new sets and the overprints. You got some original Holy Armors. I mean, people look at these cards and they're like, really? This is what we played with? Yeah. Harloon Minotaur. This is absolutely iconic. And it's a shame that this didn't get reprinted in Masters 25. But yeah, we managed to get, I believe, a whole playset of them. So picked those up. Got some original, what was this? Power Leak? Yeah, there we go. Funny little card, to use, where basically it does damage to the opponent's creature during their upkeep. Some an alpha raised dead here. It's a little beat up, but one of the first graveyard retrieval ones. So wow, this has definitely been beat on, but still not many of them out there, and worth having, because you never know, where you're going to end up wanting these at in the future as far as collectability goes. So got those. Got some Wall of Woods. Original 1-drops, just Defenders 003. Got a playset of those for alpha. And yeah, I mean, the conditions on these are probably light play or much play. But, I mean, if you think about that, you get something like these beta ones up here. There's about 48,000 made of a single. And then you get something like these alphas, where there's only about 16,000 of a common single, which means there's a lot less for the uncommons, such as things like the burrowing here or the guardian angel. I think these are where we're really going to see some movement, even though they can be reprinted, because we're getting into the rarities nowadays. So when you have 16,000 alpha commons, and with 25 years, we're probably under about 8,000, which means that those are sitting around out on the market. You only have about 2,000 play sets. So, surprisingly, I picked up everything that we see here. The revised, the alpha. Well, we're going to move these revised out of the way. Nobody cares about those per se yet, because they're just, you got like 750,000, I think, was the print run. But it's probably, I think it's like a higher number than that, actually, 750 million for the cards in total. But the betas and the alphas is what's interesting, because we're going to end up with those are where the money's going to be in the future. So yeah, I went and found these and picked them all up, all here for about the price of a standard booster box, and I think I did well. So I don't know, what do you all think? You think picking up play sets of alpha beta commons and uncommons is worth it. I mean, how many cards did I end up getting? I don't know. Maybe like 80. So 60, 80 cards in here. I don't know. Tell us what you think. This is some of the stuff that, as a collector, I do pick up. If you like it, want to see more of our pickups or anything like this that we do make sure to let us know in the comments. Again, this is Harrison with Jenny Fedora Productions, and we will see you next time. So, because of that, you get the risers and you get the shells. The shells are usually about $6 each, but they are such an efficient way to hold these big boxes. It even holds them with the lids on, okay?